your business.
I was using this.
I'm Chris Meyer. Join me and the Legendary Customs team as we take ordinary rides and craft them into legendary customs. Chris with Legendary Customs, based out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, coming to you with day 3 of the 1948 Willys Jeep. Day 1 was deconstruction. Day 2 was more deconstruction and media blasting of things, and we'll go downstairs and show you the media blasted parts. Day 3, Forrest has been working on the frame all day long. We have found quite a little bit of rot. Literally this section, almost 2 feet long, of the original frame was so thin that it had no structural stability left in it whatsoever. We got another little hole right in there. That's supposed to be the size of the hole right there, but I can stick my whole fingers in. And we have a little bit over here. But the long and the short is, we're taking the time, we're correcting the frame damage that is here. And then after we correct that, we are going to box off the frame, because this truck is going to end up with a Chevy 350 up front with somewhere around 400 horsepower in it. So it's gonna need the extra strength and stability by boxing the frame out to do that. And we're also looking at getting rid of the leaf spring system in the back and putting in a 4-link. So that will give us more adjustability, and it will give the vehicle a smoother, more stable ride. So that is day 3 of the 1948 Willys truck. On a side note, we have a lot of work to do, and they do make a lot of reproduction parts. We're gonna buy a bed for this, but we're gonna make the bottom part of the bed ourselves, because the bottom part of the bed, if it were a Chevy or a Ford, would normally run about $150, $200 tops. This one's almost $700 for the bottom. And we aren't gonna put in a steel bed, we're gonna put in a wood bed. So spending all that money for an original reproduction floor and supports would be too much money, considering they're not designed for a wood bed. So we're gonna change that around. We're actually gonna build this one, save our customer quite a bit of money, and actually give you a stronger, more sturdy box for wear and tear and durability. Hood is stripped down. We did that by hand. The underside will be tomorrow. Took about an hour, hour and a half to strip all of that off. That is rough. And out of all the Willys hoods that they make, this is the only one they don't reproduce. Just our luck. So we have to see what's out there, or we gotta do a lot of metal work, pulling. This is literally a 1/4 inch deep dent right here. It's about a 1/4 inch deep up here, here. So there's just a lot of fill in there. So we gotta do it the right way. All I can say is Ron is going to be extremely happy with this one. We are going to put in a vintage air. I'm going to order a kit that is used for mock-up. And it's basically the outside plastic case with no guts in it. So we can see exactly how it's gonna fit in here. They don't make one specifically for a Willys truck, and they make a universal, and we're gonna just order that, make sure it fits as it should, and get him his vintage air in his Willys truck. This is the remains of day 2 of the 1948 Willys pickup truck build. This was a beautiful red truck. We found a lot of crazy stuff, like the bumper. There's literally a section that was cracked and re-welded in, and it, you know, big dent in it. So kind of just crazy stuff. When you strip down a vehicle, you never know what you're gonna find underneath it until it's naked. Well, this is as naked as it gets, and we found a lot of good steel, and we found a lot of steel that needs to be repaired. The 1948 Willys Jeep is coming along great. Again, we're in day 3, and we're already to the point where it's naked, doing repairs on the frame. Tomorrow afternoon, we will start repairs on these individual pieces, and then next week, by late in the week, a lot of these parts will be in epoxy with a sealer to protect them from any rust or corrosion. But it's coming along really, really good.
All right, what are you working on here, Zach?
What I'm doing is fixing a lot of dents on this hood. I got it all stripped yesterday and this morning.
And, this is the Willys hood, right?
The what?
The Willys hood?
Yeah, yep. And there was some warpage in here where it was kind of, they call it tin canning, where you can push it up and down.
Anyway, okay.
So I was using this. I
totally thought he was done. Forrest, can you give us 2 seconds?
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. I thought you were done, so I started. And all right, just for a second. Thank you.
I'm using this, and it has what's called a shrinking tip on it, and basically just heat up around the area that it's stretched, and then what I do is work my way in and then cool it down, and it makes it stay where you want it, instead of like before it was pushed in, so it was a huge low spot from the other side. So now I shrunk it so it, while pushing it down at the same time, and it stiffened it up that way, and now it no longer does that. So
all right, and then you were doing something over here on the outside edge too. You're just getting dents out, or?
Yeah, that's just getting dents out with the hammer and dolly.
So why does the hammer have the little nubby things in it? What does that do?
Those are, it's called a shrinking hammer. So it fixes it with it, because when you make a dent, it stretches the metal out.
Okay.
And when you straighten it back out, if I were to just use a flat hammer, it would still be stretched, and it'd be flat, but it would be stretched out still.
Okay.
And so it's more likely to pop back in, and the shrinking hammer makes it flat, but it tightens everything up, and it keeps it a lot stiffer, so it won't pop back in ever.
All right. Awesome. So did you lift this all on your own?
Oh yeah.
You just tipped it right over?
No, me and Chris did it with the lift.
Okay. Wow. Make life a little easier, huh?
All right. All right, ready? Yes, sir.
Cut this bullshit out. Run around cutting the bullshit out, right?
We got all kinds of things and stuff. Things going on and stuff. Parts. Everything down here in the basement of the shop. And it's a good portion of the parts for the Willys Jeep that still need to be primered. And then we also have a good section of them over here that have been worked on a little bit and have been sprayed with primer and are ready to have some body work done on them. Put the cab over there, and apparently the bottom of that still needs to be media blasted. So, well on our way, but a lot left to do.
Remember, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and please share our videos. Follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's really, really appreciated. If you like what you see, comment below. If you think we should be doing something different, comment below. Everything, all feedback is welcome. And if you have a vehicle that is ordinary right now and you would like to make it legendary, send me a message. We'd love to get you into our schedule, see what we can do to help out. All of you are very much appreciated. This is Chris out of La Crosse, Wisconsin from the Legendary team. We appreciate you. Join us on the next episode.